Hello and welcome to Point of View. We're your hosts, Alan,
Avi.
Jordi, and Manavi.
This November, seniors will take the final steps into adulthood, beginning with voting. This episode will talk about some things to know before voting and during voting, what types of votes there are, and where to go. All information about voting can be found on the georgia.gov website and the Secretary of State website.
Even though you can't vote until you're 18, you can register to vote when you're 17 and a half. There are two ways of registering, online or by mail. If you decide to complete it online, go to the Secretary of State website and then to the voter registration system. There you answer some questions including your name, contact information, address, and then you're good to go. If you want to mail in your registration, the postage paid voter registration application that can be found on the Secretary of State website too. Download the form, and once it's been completed, mail it to the Secretary of State office and you're all set. Make sure you're a citizen of the United States and a legal resident of your county before registering to vote.
There are 4 ways to vote. The first way is absentee ballots. Absentee ballots are a way to vote without having to go in person. In order to get an absentee ballot, you will have to fill out an absentee ballot application that you can find on georgia.gov. Make sure to also have your voter identification card or driver's license handy. You still need to register to vote before you can apply, so make sure that's your first step. You can submit these ballots by email, mail, fax, or to the county board registrar office. People are encouraged to submit early so their ballots have enough time to be received. The second way is mail-in votes. Mail-in voting is almost the exact concept of absentee ballots. This recently has become a more popular way to vote due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and you'd also have to fill out the absentee ballot application to move forward with this process. The third way is early voting. Early voting is another popular way to vote. Early voting starts on the 4th Monday before an election and ends on the Friday before election week. Voting polls are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Some locations even open on Sundays, so be sure to check with your local voting location. As always, make sure to arrive with your voter identification card, The last and most traditional way to vote is Election Day voting. Election Day voting is similar to early voting with just a little more added to it. Not every early voting location does Election Day voting too, so make sure to check the Secretary of State, My Voters page, mvp.sosja.gov to check what your assigned voting place is. Voting starts at 7 a.m. and ends at 7 p.m. Also, any information that has changed, like an address for example, must be updated before you go and vote, otherwise it'll cause some issues down the road. Some places near us that have Election Day voting are OC Library, Northview High School, and etc.
So for the requirements, first off, you need to know your stuff. So for example, you need to know the candidates, the voting process, and the policies you want in place, and etc. Number 2, you need to know the citizenship. Just like the federal requirements in Georgia, voting rights are reserved for U.S. citizens. Individuals must be citizens of the United States to be eligible to vote in federal, state, and local elections within the state. Number 3, the age. The minimum voting age in Georgia, as in the rest of the United States, is 18 years old, but will be explained more by Jordan. Number 4, registration. Voting registration is essential for eligible individuals in Georgia to participate in elections. Prospective voters must register within the designated deadlines, providing personal information, proof of identity, and sometimes proof of residency. This process ensures the accuracy of voter rolls and facilitates the smooth conduct of elections. Number 5, residency. Georgia, like other states, requires voters to be residents of the state where they intend to vote. Residency requirements ensure that individuals have a vested interest in the decisions affecting their community or region. Number 6, criminal. Individuals with felony convictions losing their voting rights while serving their sentences. However, upon completion of the sentence, including many. Number 7, mental competency. Georgia, similar to most U.S. states, don't have explicit mental competency requirements for voting. However, voters are expected to have a basic understanding of the voting process and the choices they make when casting their ballots. Number 8, identification. Voters are required to present a valid form of identification at the polling place to verify their identity. These include a Georgia driver's license, state-issued ID, a passport, or other government-issued IDs.
After early or election day voting, you get a lovely sticker that shows you voted. Voting can be scary and nerve-wracking, but as long as you know all the requirements and information, you'll be good to go. Voting is a great way to help put your voice out there and elect the right people. Everyone's vote matters and counts. Good luck to all you future voters. This concludes our episode of Point of View. Thank you so much for listening. For a transcript of this episode, head to the Point of View tab on our website, nhsmessenger.org, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at NHS Point of View for updates and new episodes. We're your hosts, Alan,
Avi.
Jordi.
And Manavi.
and this has been Point of View.